you'd think that like then the illegal aliens try to get in the United States, well, they could just do an American accent. No, they can't. Maybe some can. I don't know why I can. I have a suspicion that my talent with a voice is something to do with evolved from humans fooling animals to come to it rather than having to hunt animals down, being able to impersonate their sounds, their noises, so that they come to you, ba boom, a lot less work, a lot more meat. Evolution takes another notch in a direction. I think. I don't know many people that have talent like this, but they've always been able to do whatever accent it is since a little kid. I mean, nobody taught me. It's just something of natural. As a matter of fact, when I was younger, I would find myself talking to somebody from England or somebody from Russia, and I would wind up just emulating their accent. If it couldn't be helped, I would just do it. And I don't know why, but others can't. But I think my hearing is my superpower. Next question.
Next question.
Did I rape that girl? No. Wanted to, didn't do it. Wasn't me. Look, there's really not much to it. You're okay. This girl, she's 31 and not bad looking bird. Although why she shaves her head, I don't know. I tried to get her to. She thinks demons do it. She cuts her own hair though. No, I don't mind story time. She came over here with somebody once. Look, this is a boring story. I've never screwed her. She likes to get fucked hard and fast, and I'm more of a man. I take things slow. I love to make out with a girl and work up to eating her out and then making love to her. But if a girl just wants to stick it in me and ride me like an exploding pony or something, I'm not your guy. I want to take 5 hours and make a woman have the hardest orgasm she'll ever have in her entire life, which she was not going for it. So, and I didn't want to do her that way. Let her stay the night here, and it's nice to sleep next to somebody who's warm and cute. Whatever. Haven't seen her since. I don't get angry easily, despite what she thinks. I don't raise my voice. I don't lose my temper. How long is this microphone good for with the battery?
Honestly, I don't know. Probably like, don't worry about it.
Okay.
Okay, it's going.
It's going?
It's going.
Okay, good. So she's gone for 3 days. She comes back, wakes me up to buy her. Are you interested?
Oh yeah, I was listening to the fire alarm. Go,
Okay.
go.
Wakes me up to buy her apple juice. But I am tired. I say, give me another half hour or something. She's over there cussing. You fucking bitch boy. I hear her cussing nonstop for 2 hours because I'm not getting up to buy her apple juice. Then she calls 911 because I'm not buying her apple juice. I'm not kidding. She's on the phone with 911 saying, hey, this guy trespassing, blah, blah, blah. I get up, I walk over there, I buy a gallon of apple juice. She's sitting next to the front door. She's charging her phone when I get out after I go through the line. She's like, hey, bring it here, bitch, bring it here. I'm not doing it. I walk straight back over here. She never did get this. She's cussing me out. She's hollering. She's hollering for 2 fucking days. Every cuss word you can imagine at me. So bad that by day 3, she's lost her voice. I had 2 conditions if she wanted to stay here. 1 is don't bring people over, and 2, don't make noise. The weird thing is, I think it's narcissism. Man, this girl, she's a sociopath. Narcissistic personality disorder. Compulsive liar. Bipolar. Borderline personality disorder. And delusional. If you have all these things, this can be a problem in life. She just gets mad when you try and reason with her. The beginning of Platoon starts with a quote. Somebody once wrote that hell is the impossibility of reason. And oh my God, that is such a good quote, how it really frames life. Unfortunately, I think it was just written for that movie. There's no, it doesn't exist anywhere beyond that. But it is so true. Hell is the impossibility of reason. When you're being wronged and you can't even argue your case, you can't even get somebody to listen to why you think you're being wronged, even if they don't agree with you. That's fucking murder. And so she's she likes telling people that I beat her all the time. She likes telling people that I'm stealing all her money. Uh, I've lost businesses. There's a guy across the street, and he's got 4 rims for a Dodge Challenger. He wanted me to list online. I'm looking it up. Okay, I can get $410 a piece for these on eBay after shipping and eBay fees, $300 a piece. Then he gets to talking to her. Now he doesn't want to talk to me anymore. She does this constantly. Um, I have a couple of solutions because she's doing anything she can to hurt me because I didn't buy her apple juice.
I'm sorry, I have to input this.
I wish I was kidding. I wish I was exaggerating. I don't want her to hear you saying this.
Just from hearing what you have to say about her, she's something else, and she definitely is schizophrenic.
Please, you're too loud. You see, I don't want to provoke her. She might be awake. I invited you to shut the door so it'd make it a lot harder for her to hear you, and a lot harder for anybody to hear you scream. So, yeah, thank you. That's cool. All right. Yeah, that's how I keep it shut. Is with that mall. That's not gonna help. Putting the mall through down. Okay, listen to my directions carefully. Is it good enough? Okay, cool.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Now it's spooky and dark in here.
Yes, of course. And they're here to drink your blood.
Can I take a photo?
I bet you got really good low light camera in there, huh?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
But you know what really pisses me off?
What?
This thing.
The Rubik's Cube?
Fuck yeah, it's a Rubik's Cube. Man. I gotta look up the videos about how to solve this thing. I'm smart. I'm not that smart. Spatial knowledge is not my thing.
I know a kid in middle school who could just solve one of those things in like 5 minutes or less. And
there's different kinds of brains. 5 minutes? Wow.
I mean, he would just go at it, and he would move his hands quick.
Yeah.
It was insane.
Very likely. So yeah, that's the problem I've had with this woman. Unfortunately, yeah, she gives good sex, but not worth it at this point.
I mean, look, man, out here, you're somebody who has a crib.
Yep.
You're somebody who is responsible enough to take care of yourself. You have a lot of class and culture.
Thank you.
I can't see why you wouldn't be able to find a girl a little bit higher quality than that. But with my knowledge of the street, I see that there's a higher demand for women. There's a high male to female ratio.
Correct. Here's why. Pretty women have alternatives. I mean, everybody wants a pretty woman to come and stay with them. When you see a pretty woman that is homeless, something's wrong, because she can just about knock on any door, say, "Hey, sir, do you mind if I live with you?" Oh, okay, good. And it's almost that easy. Doesn't matter what she's like inside. So when you see a pretty woman, she's out on the street. Yeah, you can have it, but there's a price. There's a price there. It's hiding, and it's usually a big one. The amount of schizophrenia out here is insane. But once again, if you're sane, if you're a woman and you're any kind of attractive and sane, what are you doing on the streets? A social experiment? You're writing a book? No. Something's keeping them on the streets. And it's generally, it's like, it may look like a nice field. You don't see the landmines. You step on one, but they're there, right? So narcissism, I think there's more than that. Some people, there's a lot of schizophrenia out here.
Right.
And, I've met all of one person that knows they have schizophrenia and knows what it is. Everyone else they think they're getting messages. They think the people are talking to them. It's communication. And some of them are intelligent. I mean, and I've never ever successfully convinced somebody that, what you're hearing may not reflect reality. there's this one woman, man. She's really cute. Her name is Heather, and she went to jail for guy caught her in a car, and they got into a fight. Well, but she knew the voice told her that the car was hers. She could have it. She went to jail over that. She still listens to the voices, even though that happened. I mean, because on a level though that she's rational, she's reasonable. She thinks she's on this eternal, nonstop. Uh, uh, what do you call it when you go hunt? You go knocking on doors, say, "Do you have a piece of string for scavenger hunt?" She's on the scavenger hunt that leaves her carrying around. And I've tried to befriend her, but to be her friend means I'm gonna have to carry around bags of dirt, 50-pound bags of dirt for her. But she thinks it's got gold and diamonds in them, but it's dirt, and that's too much. Then Michelle, man, she's my age. She's beautiful, uh, and cruel, and just in a way that I just love. But she's schizophrenic too. She's always getting in arguments with them, and then she'll hit herself. But when she hears the voice of me there, I mean, how can I control what I say in that environment when it's just in her head? So I can't compete with that. I can't argue with that. She knows it's the truth, whatever it is. So, but she's really hot. She's really hot for a 53-year-old woman. Oh my God, she's sexy.
Interesting.
Yeah, Middle East origin, by the way. Yeah, Arabic origin, and I really like her. Can't keep her around because she, as a matter of fact, she's the reason this cart got stolen by that fucker across the bridge. She came here twice, knocked on the door, then I wasn't here. She thought, oh, something must be wrong. So she got somebody to cut the lock off. And the guy decided to steal some things while I was here. And then she came back and told me all about what happened, why my unit was broken into, what happened to my thing, because she was not her intent to rip me off. And the guy, when I asked him about, can I get the rim back for this trailer, he just threatens to beat me up. And I don't know if he's got weapons or what, but I mean, that rim won't do him any good, and my trailer won't do me any goddamn good without it. You won't give it back. I keep getting close to doing what I want, which is I want a motorized bike in a trailer that's big enough to carry the things I need, some sleeping gear, some food, some batteries, whatever, the stuff I need, and a payload. And this dual chariot right here, this will do it. By the way, this trailer, this is $1,000 new. That's how much these things cost. I have in mind to build a little extension on the back of it so I can carry. I want to get the stuff that I need on the back of it, and in front will be payload. That way I can actually put things into it without getting off my bike, because it'll be right behind the bike. Behind it, I would have necessary household items, change of clothes, blankets.
So really out here, and I know for you in particular, you've been good at saving up your money, doing various things like you do dumpster diving, you find nice things, you sell them.
Yep.
You make your money in an honest way out here.
Yeah.
And you're able to save up money in a way that most people are not able to do. And you're able to buy nice things for your own labor, but you always get them stolen, is what I've gathered.
Eventually, I do tend to accumulate expensive things like, I've had this for 6 months now, 5 months, 4 months, a long time. This was given to me actually by somebody. I turned him on some copper, and he gave me this. I don't know as a result, but
what's cooler is the money that your friend found in the dumpster.
Yeah.
Can we take a look at that again?
Sure. Yeah.
You only make these things once, and that's just what's heartbreaking with any historical item that is destroyed. Here we have 1957
silver certificate. Okay, there's mint condition, which this isn't. Uncirculated, almost uncirculated. Then there's extra fine, very fine. I'm working my way down. This extra fine to almost uncirculated condition. Uh, I would call this. Oh, extra fine. All right. And yeah, that's just.
And we have right here um, some Philippine money. Yeah, this is from the Estado de Chihuahua,
Uh-huh.
and wow, it's beautiful money.
So in movies in the 30s and 40s, it's illegal to depict American money in a movie at that era. So the studios would use this Chihuahua money to represent, when there was a close up of money, you'd see the Chihuahua money. And I understand that the prop houses even had to start, uh, even though you don't see it that often in old movies, the prop house started making this. But I think this is the real Mexican stuff. This isn't the prop house reproduction. It might be rarer if it was prop house reproduction Mexican 19. This is from 1915, and
This is such a gnarly note right here.
yeah,
I'm just gonna take a whole photo album right now.
I want to see what the watermark looks like. Oh, it's a dragon. Okay, so you're seeing the watermark from the other side.
Yeah. Okay. Wow.
Right.
So that is pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
And I have to say, like looking at the Mexican money, like they had some really pretty looking classical notes.
Yeah,
Oh, whoa!
watermark. The prize is this one. Well, this one's pretty cool, but this is the prize here. This little fucking thing right there. That is a 1969 Vietnam military payment 10-cent certificate. Seemed like it was concealed in this box that had other stuff in it. Oh, that son of a bitch that found this? Son of a bitch. He leaves here. He leaves. You're recording still, right?
Yeah.
He leaves here. He finds $100 bill lying on the ground. Goes a little further, finds another $100 bill on the ground. There's a trail of them. Before he's done, the motherfucker from leaving here has $1,500. Uh, God, it's got to be a frustrating job. And it's getting. I see some of these police videos where they bust cops breaking the Constitution, denying people's constitutional rights essentially. And and in some of these videos, I'm on the side of the cops. I'd act the same way if I were a cop too. Uh, but you can't take it that personal. Imagine arresting someone who's like, "You're a fucking filthy pig. Fuck you." Uh, I fucked your sister and your daughter. Hey, your daughter's got good pussy. Got it all over my dick there, cop. You could have somebody talk like that nonstop, and you can't do any. You can't slap them. You can't hit them. You can't do anything. You're a policeman. You just got to take it in stride. Well, you pig anyway. If you pulled him aside and said, "Look, off the record, never going to get repeated, not going to get recorded, and we're not going to Mark Furman you. What do you think of black people in crime?" They'll say they commit crimes at a higher rate than Caucasians. And Caucasians commit crimes at a higher rate than Orientals. I'm not saying my race is the best, okay? Can I prove this? Okay. Here's how the media depicts things. They use 60 Minutes or 2020, okay? They want to show how white people get picked up before black people by cabs. And it's true. They put out put a black person on the same block trying to hail a cab. The cab picks up the white people. Great. What they don't have the guts to do is instead put the cab drivers on the one on camera, pick up white and black people, and see which ones tip. They don't have the guts to do that. Why? I'm guessing, in my 5 years of experience of a cab driver, white people tip better. But it would take guts to go and put something that would reinforce racism on TV. Who cares if it reinforces racism? The truth is the truth. That guy is he is a brilliant. Look, if every minority person was like Denzel Washington, straight up, there'd be no racism. There'd be no reason for it. He's a great person. Every time he speaks, he is intelligent. He's well thought out. He's a gentleman. And I've never heard him. He doesn't seem to have a lot of opinions because I think his opinions would be construed as racist. So he really kind of dances around that whole subject. But he is a lot like his characters. He speaks with authority, and he's intelligent. And anybody that hates Denzel Washington because he's black, there's something really, really wrong with them. I mean, people shouldn't hate any race except maybe Eskimos. But
why them?
well, because I've never met an Eskimo and nobody knows them. And I mean, look, racism has been a long tradition in this country. Okay, and by not hating any race, you're kind of breaking that tradition. So I've decided to hate Eskimos because, one, nobody knows any Eskimos, and I can make up phrases like they're a bunch of seal blubber eating, igloo living motherfuckers, if you ask me. And that sounds good. That sounds good. I don't actually hate Eskimos, but I mean, just in the interest of being able to reflect some of the values of racism and show the tradition is maybe still alive, and isn't going away because it's tough, it's America. They say I hate Eskimos, and if I ever met one, well, I guess I'd have to figure it out. Hopefully, I'd hate him. Hopefully, he'd be a total jerk, so I'd be able to reinforce my hatreds and prejudices about Eskimos.
Interesting. Well, I hope that there's an Eskimo listening to this podcast, and we can have him or her or they them come on to the next show.
Oh no, I'll hate him. I'll hate him. So.
Well, I mean, maybe you'll change your mind if one comes on the show.
Oh, you mean maybe if there's an iceberg floating this way with? Yeah, well, you can intercept it. Sure, okay, yeah, I like that. Part polar bear, part Eskimo. Those things are dangerous too. Another stereotype. Mm-hmm. God, this is a subject I've never wanted to ever go into on record. The alcoholism among American Indians is that racist to think that there's a higher rate of alcoholism in Native Americans? In the facts of the higher rates of alcoholism by saying there's a genetic variation among humans that causes them to be more susceptible to alcohol. Personally, I would like to be an alcoholic. I have an alcohol problem, and that is when I sit down to try and drink alcohol, I can't drink enough to get drunk because I'm so repulsed by the flavor of it and the taste, and don't like hangovers and don't particularly like getting drunk. Although, yeah, that's...
And is that genetic?
Yep. Not liking spicy foods is genetic. Getting mad really easy is genetic. Being gay or straight is genetic. Being a man or a woman is genetic. Having brown or blue hair is genetic. Yeah, it's all...
You can have blue hair nowadays?
If you did, it would be genetic. If you were born with it.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah, it wouldn't look natural. But intelligence is genetic. I mean, you can learn a bunch of stuff and then you have knowledge, but that's not really intelligence. Intelligence is the ability to recognize patterns and come up with creative solutions to problems and get to class. Don't make me... when I run for president, I don't want this...
When you run for president?
Yeah, I don't want it to come out that I'm a racist. So, yeah, but I don't know. Oh, there's a difference in race then. They can turn it around, but the Native Americans can't. Has $1,500. Make a woman have the hardest orgasm she'll ever have in her entire life. Has $1,500. It's nice to sleep next to somebody who's warm and cute. It's nice to sleep next to somebody who's warm and cute. It's nice to sleep next to somebody who's warm and cute. It's nice to sleep next to somebody who's warm and cute. Has $1,500. You're too loud. You see, I don't want to provoke her. She might be awake. It's nice to sleep next to somebody who's warm and cute. It's nice to sleep next to somebody who's warm